What is he looking like as a major leaguer? What's the outlook for Dylan Beavers?
So Dylan Beavers really missed an opportunity to be an Oregon State Beaver, by the way. That would have been awesome. That would have sold a lot of jerseys, but he ended up going to Cal Berkeley. Dylan Beavers, I view him as the fourth outfielder, high-end bench piece, maybe. Ooh, the ceiling on these sort of guys, we kind of saw it in the postseason this year in Parker Meadows. Like guys who have questionable hit tools, but have every other tool. They can play center field, they can hit for power, they have a good arm, and they can run. If everything sort of comes together, that 6 week stretch of beautiful Parker Meadows can kind of be what we can dream on Dylan Beavers. Dylan Beavers is one of my favorites. He's right there on the doorstep. He's in AAA. He has to be added to the Rule 5 next year. I don't think it'll take that long. I think he probably gets either traded, as we talked about, they need to start trading for pitching, or I think that he also he has a chance to just sort of come up and be the fourth outfielder for this team. He's got a lot of, like I said, a lot of really interesting tools. He's athletic, power, speed. He's got everything. It's just the swing decisions are a little bit questionable. The swing's a little grooved. He struggles with high fastballs, but that seems to be a an emerging trend in this system, is that they have issues with the high fastball. But Dylan Beavers, he's got a pretty high-ish floor because he's pretty close to the major leagues.
Yeah. The trends in the Orioles system struggle with the high fastball and potentially a swing that, I don't really know how much more development we're going to get at AAA with Dylan Beavers, but, theoretically for some of these younger cats, there's been proven to be development for these guys with suspect hit tools in this organization. So Beavers probably honestly a bit of a success story in that regard in his own right. I love where you said he could be a fourth outfielder because that's kind of where I see him. But I know in your report you said maybe even a platoon role. I think that with several outfielders, and especially with the analytic era of baseball that we're living in, platooning is becoming more popular across teams. It's not just Tampa Bay Rays sort of shenanigans anymore. A lot of teams will do that kind of thing, especially with a fourth outfielder type. And with Beavers, from a fantasy perspective at least, that fourth outfield type is kind of intriguing because there is power, 55 power. There is speed, 55 run tool, according again to you guys' grades. I really think that Parker Meadows is a good upper level comp because again, Beavers making it to the show feels very likely. With what team? I don't know. Is he ever going to carve out a long term starting role? I don't know. But I think that he could be interesting and thus fantasy valuable. And on that same note, Dylan Beavers was my number 192nd prospect in November. So again, leagues of 200 or more, Beavers needs to be rostered because he'll be a major league contributor.
Yeah, I definitely think he will be in some aspect. I almost wonder if he goes to another organization, if just the playing time, he could get 350 plate appearances on, let's say, in a Garrett Crochet White Sox. Like he could definitely be the center fielder for them pretty quickly.